Live from Atlanta, Georgia.
Live from Las Vegas.
Live from St. Mary's County, Maryland.
Yeah,
All
right.
right. Welcome, Lance.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey,
For,
Mr.
the,
G, I get myself some coffee.
for those who don't know, but I'm sure a lot of you do, this is Lance from Sleeper BBQ, and he's allowed us to have him on the show, and we are grateful. Thank you
Yep.
very much for coming on.
Well, I
So,
thank you for the invite.
so,
Much appreciated.
so
Dude, we were
I,
just talking about you.
yeah, we were all good, dude. All good. Don't get crazy. So, what we do here, Lance, is that we're all friends. We all know each other, through YouTube. But I like to get down, and Mike likes to get down a little closer of how we met and what we
Mhm.
do, and what you do as far as your channel and stuff like that. How you got into it. So
Mhm.
we'll give you the floor and let you start out. How you started out with barbecuing and your
Yeah.
name and stuff like that. So go
Uh,
have had it.
who, me?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so my name is Lance, the Sleeper Barbecue, St. Mary's County, Maryland. And I just, I love to cook, to be honest with you. I used to cook fairly regularly, mostly backyard barbecuing. And, it was between careers. I had a business, still working for UPS, just squeezing whatever I could when I could. And I was always destroying something, but I just had a video. I just had a video come out beginning of the week, more or less, and sort of kind of explain my background again, and I've said this story, this is God's honest truth. Um, I used to be a big Second Amendment uh, supporter, still am, but I
Mhm.
used to be more involved where you actually went to legislation nights, first part of the year, and used to speak, give testimonies and stuff, demonstrations, the whole 9 yards. Well, uh, I gave up cooking because I was just destroying stuff. And so I went to one of these meetings, and this guy was cooking a brisket. And I've never really had a piece of meat. I've always heard the saying, uh, melts in your mouth. I've never had a piece of meat that melted in my mouth. Well, this guy was cooking brisket, and I'm here to tell you, it melted
No.
in your mouth.
There
It
you
was
go.
excellent. It was excellent. So I said, man, I would love to be able to do this. And I told him the same story. I just told y'all how I used to do this and used to do that. And he said, you should really check out this guy named, he's on YouTube. He's called Smoky Ribs. So sure
Mhm.
enough, fast forward, checked out Russ. Russ, to me, just has this way of sort of dumbing things down for, a dumb person like myself, that it's not dumb, but I mean, someone that sort of struggles with some of the different things and technologies and terminologies. So
The easy way to how to.
that exactly. When I first bought my first
Nothing
Volkswagen,
wrong with that. Mhm.
when I first got my first Volkswagen, I found an auto mechanics book that says the complete guide for dummies for working on Volkswagens, and that's the title of the book. It's like, man, I wish I
Yeah.
had,
Hey,
and there's a whole series of dummy books out now. But so anyhow, I don't want to take up all the time, but so I started cooking, and then next thing I know, it's just wow, this is pretty good. And
Yeah. It's
found
it's
out,
the once you find the knack and once you find where you want to head with it, okay, and then it comes out to be pretty easy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
yeah,
As
yeah.
far as but getting over that one hump, everybody says, "Oh, I can't. I hate to cook. I don't want to do this. I burn everything." All right,
yeah,
well, calm down,
right,
okay, and you'll find your way through it, and basically you know that's how I started out. I mean, I had a hot dog wagon when I was a kid. I mean, I've been around
yeah.
food all my life.
And I've always had a desire to it. I mean, I see someone cook something in the back of my head. I mean, this is before I started YouTube. I would see someone making something, in the back of my head, I was always like, wow, I could do this or this to it. And I may not be making anything, but I'd be refiguring that dish out in my head every time. So it's like I knew it was there, but I just had to put it to these things right here, you know. And
just for everybody that don't know Lance, okay? Lance is well known by a lot of people, okay?
Yes.
And I take my hat off to you, Lance, because you know what? You are involved with a lot of different people, and
Yes, you are.
I think that's a good thing also. You know what I mean? You're in different. I mean, you know, I know you were one for a while there with lures and fishing and stuff like that. I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, just to get involved with other people. I did that for a while. I was into watching. I watched a guy build a cabin up in Canada who didn't talk.
right.
It was silent.
Yeah, I've seen some of those before.
4 hours. My wife would come in and say to me, "Is there something wrong with you? The guy's not talking." But you know, he did everything with hand tools and no power or whatever. But my point is that it's a broad mind that you want to want to keep going with. It's not just barbecue, just not keto. It's a wide variety of different people doing stuff. But and the end result, they all eat. They all have something to eat. That's the
No, you're absolutely right. And then you just start implementing things, and you say, "Wow, I never even knew they had a channel that shows you how to fish. I never even knew they had a channel that shows you how to do canning, et cetera, et cetera, and that's what I'm actually getting into this. Actually, if I could take a minute can I just have 1 minute from the camera?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he left. I don't know, much of something I said.
Oh.
Too funny. Too funny. Hey, Bat, how you doing? Bat 13's here. TCG
Hey, Miss
fam.
T. Hey, Miss T.
Hello.
How you doing?
Simon, hello. Ron.
Hey, Simon.
Alan.
Hey, Ron. Alan.
Mike.
So I'm sure I'm going to get critiqued, and that's fine. But as we're getting ready to say, I didn't know there's things like canning and all that. So I tried a recipe, but these are cold. So this is actually like a refrigerator pickle.
Okay.
I've got in there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not an actual canning. I realize that, but it's a flavor profile that I wanted to try before I start doing a whole bunch of stuff. So these are just them little baby cucumbers, whole cucumbers.
Yep, I do that all the time, Lance. All the time. I call them icebox pickles.
Yep.
Well, that's what these are, icebox pickles. So it's a first forever for me, but I'm going to try them. Actually, I tried something a little different. I took the dill away from it. And I buy this stuff. My wife and I got a confession. We've been going to this place, an Amish place, and they've opened up their own cheese factory now by me.
Wow.
They've actually about maybe a year ago, less than a year ago, they've got their USDA rights, permits, whatever you want to call it, where they actually butcher and sell meats. Have another facility. So we went in there, and they had this jalapeno smoked cheddar. I mean, tell you, I'll eat it till I get sick in the stomach. But they have this relish. It's hot pickled relish. And Amish don't really do things hot. I mean, they'll spice it up a little bit, but you're not going to see them, eat some type of a scorcher pepper, a Carolina Reaper or something like that. No. So I wanted to spice these refrigerator pickles up a little bit, and I got like a tablespoon of this relish in each one of them, because my wife and I have gone through 4 pints of this relish in about 5 weeks now. We're putting it on everything. It's like a chow chow. We're putting it on everything we eat. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put it in this jar too. So that's what I did. So
you know what the funny part is I used to get from Texas, the candied jalapenos. One special company in Texas made them, and they would make them until they ran out. Okay, and then you'd wait a couple months, and they'd build back up an inventory, and then send them out again. Okay, I used to buy them by the case, just like you said, sitting there. Next thing you know, bang, 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 putting them down. But then when I found out I had type 2 diabetes, I couldn't eat them anymore. So now my daughter had just moved over the weekend, and she said, "Pop, can you cook something for us Monday?" Because she moved on Sunday. She said, "The house is a wreck. Can you don't mind cooking?" I said, "No." So I went freezer diving, and I found a half a brisket, that I cut and vacuum sealed, and a big chuck roast. I'm not a crock pot cooker. I actually I don't like to do it in a crock pot. I just don't. I've never did it in my life. I'm always on top of the stove type of thing. Anyway, I couldn't sleep. It was up 3:30 in the morning. Okay, because I was going to smoke it outside, and I'm thinking, maybe 6 hours because it was a half, whatever. That's bullshit. Let me try this thing. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I did 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got up at 8 o'clock, and the brisket was done. I cubed it all up. I cubed it all up. Okay, I took that out, and I cubed up. So I made a video out of it. All right. So I'm telling my neighbor across the street, Miss J, you know Miss J, Mike.
Yep.
Miss J said, she calls me Brother T. Hold on, Brother T, I'll be right back. She goes home and she come back with salsa that she had canned in the jar. And we got talking. She said, "I'm going to give you something else, but you better not eat them." And it was these cowboy candies, what she called it. Okay. So I brought the salsa and the cowboy candy over to my daughter's, but then she made me serrano peppers that she canned. That's me. That's all me. Okay. I left that home. I mean, within a matter of minutes, there was like 8, maybe 10 people at my daughter's house, okay, that helped move and everything. Destroyed it. I mean, it was gone. I didn't get a taste of it. You know what I mean? They said, "Oh, man, that's good stuff." Yeah, so, I mean, when you get that, like I said, when you're in the ballpark and you're trying to do that recipe and you tweak it, make it your own, that's what I like about you, Lance. And Mike, you do what I say. You play with your food. I love it.
Yeah, like I say, this is just a jumping off thing. It's just like the series of Popeyes and Poblanos. I get on something and then I just keep playing with it, until I like, wow, my Popeyes, the breakfast Popeye was out of this world. And then the steak and cheese was probably my 2 favorite out of all those. I got another one coming up yet, but just as you know, Tom, I've been dealing with the AdSense stuff where they took my commercial profits away from me. I just refuse to cook. I'm not going to spend more money on proteins and time and filming and editing just to put it up and make, you're only making pennies anyway, know.
We've had somebody show up in the basement here. Kyle Alex, y'all know him?
Oh, Kyle Alexander's in the basement?
Yeah.
Oh, he might. What's up, Kyle?
Hey, Kyle.
Hey.
I shared the link with him. He's been big, huge supporter with the barbecue community and stuff like that. Cool. He has a race team and et cetera, et cetera. And I just supported or shared it. Said, actually, I was in a conversation with him on the phone. I was like, "I've got to go, Kyle. I got to get something to eat. I got to be ready for Mike and them." So I must have shared him the back.
I hope you enjoyed that peanut butter.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I went in and I had a piece of old chicken breast, and now I'm eating some cookies.
Don't say that about your wife. Come on, Lance.
She wanted to talk family stuff, and I had to apologize. I said I had got a commitment I forgot about, but Kyle is
I'm here to support Lance, so he's a good guy. So.
Yeah.
Yes,
So Mike and Tom, Kyle Alexander, huge supporter. This guy does whatever he can to help people.
Great.
And I'm actually one of the ones that he is really helping right now. He's pushing a lot of the product. He's helping to get the stuff out there, getting it sold, and he's just a good guy. He's a friend of actually Daddy Dutch and all them. Several of them.
Okay,
Several.
cool.
And Tom, I'm actually where your sign's at right now, by the way. And for the World Series of Poker, in and out for a couple of weeks. Yeah, so That's why I'm taking a little break. Lost my behind in blackjack a little bit today, and yeah,
Where are you at? Which complex? Let's put it that
I'm
way.
staying at the Paris because that's where the World
Okay,
Series
cool.
is at. So
Very
yeah.
good. Yeah, I'm in Henderson. I'm down by Green Valley Ranch, actually.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice.
Yeah, I'm a mile from Green Valley Ranch Casino.
Well,
Nice.
welcome,
I've been there.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
How you
Sorry,
doing? It's a
Kyle,
pleasure to meet you.
I'm
What's
sorry. I said, Kyle, I'm sorry I gave you the information to get you backstage. So if you weren't expecting to get backstage, and surprise.
No, it's all good. Hey, I clicked on the link you gave, and okay, I'll log in.
There you go.
I can plug in my earbud. It's all
Yeah, I
good.
didn't think about it. You were saying something about, well, let me know when, and that was the quickest way I could think about doing it. So let me just give him this. He's got all the information he needs. I didn't even think about it getting you backstage, but
Pretty
I'm
cool.
sorry if I'm breaking up the show, but
Oh no,
here
it's
to
fine.
support
Not a
Lance.
worry.
Yeah.
Not a worry. Not a
I
worry.
appreciate it, Kyle, very much so.
Tiger's here. Wow,
Tiger,
Lance,
hey,
you got
Tiger.
some drug, buddy.
Well, I did share out the proper link. So when I told Mike I'll
Yeah,
be
that's
back in
fine.
court, another Lance moment. Yeah, you're right.
Lance is Lance.
Everybody
He needs
break-
to wait though.
Everybody breaks Lance's chops, but you know what? Me and Lance and Mike are really close in age, so
Yes. Yes.
we all
not
have our
far behind.
moments.
Yeah,
We
You
all
got a
have
lot
our
of
moments.
you got a lot of fans in the chat, Kyle. Okay, I don't know if you can see the chat, but
Oh no, yeah, I don't even know where the YouTube's at, but I clicked on the link you gave and away it went. So
yeah. So everybody is saying hi to Kyle. Kyle is saying hi back. He
Hi.
just did it in text form.
I waved, by the way, too.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
I'm not on
So-
camera because I know there's people kind of around, so can't
Are
do
you-
that. So.
Are you competing in the World Series? of
Yeah.
poker?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I play a lot of PLO,
Okay.
Okay.
but also a lot of my action is side games.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's
Cool.
the name of the game
Cash,
out
yeah.
here.
Like tonight, it's a 10K buy-in. Winner calls all.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah. So
You know,
Well,
I'm also I go to the South Point a lot.
okay.
And South Point actually is the only casino out here that I know of that every week has poker tournaments. They got a packed poker room constantly.
Yeah.
And,
No, I'm a big fan when it comes to poker rooms. If you're talking Vegas aria, whatever you want to call it, is my favorite poker room in Vegas.
uh-huh.
Just Paris is where the World Series is at. But Aria, I think, is the best.
Yeah, they even out here. See what me and Mike do right here. We do keto. We were originally fat guys. Okay.
I've seen you a couple times, Tom. Mike, nice to meet you. But I've
Same
seen
here.
Tom a couple of times on Dutch and other channels. So yeah.
So what we do, and we bring people up that we met, how we met, okay, through food and whatever. And this is a great coincidence because now he's not that far from me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kyle's not that far from me right now.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I really don't know. I don't. I've got a couple companies, but I really don't post. I'm just kind of a supporter and follower and
I got
that
you.
kind of stuff.
Okay,
So yeah.
cool.
Excuse me,
All
I'm trying to get the chat back here. I lost the chat. There it is. Yeah, so he also hops in them go fast trucks and races in the sand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
All
racing.
right.
Yeah.
Where
been
are
doing
you
that for
from,
years.
Kyle?
Where am I from? I'm actually from Colorado. Is where I was
Okay.
born.
Okay.
Okay.
Grew up in the Midwest. Went to high school in Arizona, then college in San Diego. Never left San Diego for a long, long time, and now I'm divorced and kids already out of college and has a job. So now I bounce around to kind of where I want in 3 different states. So.
Yeah. I'm I don't know if you know the Dellenbach boys. They're out in Colorado. Do the Pikes Peak and stuff like that. And
Yep. Nope. I've run the Pikes Peak run a couple of times. We've taken I'm part of what they call the Stadium Super Truck Series,
Okay. Yeah.
and we've ran the truck up there a couple of years in a row and had a blast. So
Yeah. When Wally was driving for Richard Petty,
Dollar, yeah.
yeah, I'm real close to his family.
Oh, nice.
and back from Jersey. And we would go to Pocono and all the different tracks. But I would cook for the pit crew.
Oh,
Yeah, so we used to
gotta have that. Gotta
Yeah, we
keep
used to
everybody
do that.
happy.
There you go.
We should
Let
do
me-
it after they would do their practice on Saturday, and then we'd come over and we'd cook up some stuff. One night I made some hot peppers and sausage, and what the hell was his name? Robbie Loomis. He said the next
Okay.
morning, he said, "What the hell did you put in that goddamn stuff?" He said, yeah, it was a great time. It really was.
Let me say hi to some folks. We got Michelle List Bacon. Welcome. We got Life's Magical Journey. Of course, Simon's in here. Yes, I can barbecue. And
Simon.
Quint,
yeah, and Quint's in here.
Troy
Ah,
V, my man Troy
Thank
V.
y'all.
he's my boy
Thank y'all.
Quint, by the way. We got you, Quint.
I don't think if I left anybody out that popped in, we hadn't recognized. I'm
Anthony
sorry.
Tyler McCool is here.
Yes, Tiger. How you doing, Tiger?
Yep. Well,
Anthony.
that's right. And Jason, just Jason.
Yes,
That's
just
why I said
Jason,
we got
yeah.
a celebrity here down here. This guy right here.
Yes,
I was
sir.
gonna say, look at Lance. You got a big following there.
Yeah,
I'm just
buddy.
gonna start calling you Big Sexy.
so
Charlie, hey Charlie, and
the
dudes
whole
in here.
the whole idea, Lance, is that right? You start out with Sleeper BBQ, okay, and then I heard a couple of lies you're talking about. You're going to get this embroidery machine. You're going to say, I said, the
Yeah,
hell's he going to? You're going to sit down and start sewing for Christ's sake?
Yeah.
All right. But then if you look at a lot of the stuff that he does and puts out, great stuff, really is.
Thank
So
you,
talk a
Tyler.
little bit about that.
So, actually, I saw the lady this afternoon when I got off work. She called me up. I drove for UPS, and when I was retired from UPS, I started a business. Even before then, there's this guy I worked with daily with UPS, and his daughter had an embroidery business. I said, really? I said, well, wouldn't mind having some shirts made? So I went up there and had shirts made. I'm still wearing them shirts 30 years later. They're ripped up and all that, but I'm not a person that really cares about that kind of stuff. You know, I don't have to have the newest and best of everything. But so anyhow, I was like, man, I was just fascinated. I just caught myself just staring at this machine, going up and down, making all these noises and jolting back and forth. I was like fascinated. So he retired from UPS before I did. He had 35 years in, and I finished up, my retirement with them, and I went and got my license as a contractor. And her dad, Nelson, came to work for us for a couple of years, and he started making a little bit too much money versus what he was allowed to because he was full retired. So when I decided to retire back in September, or before that even, about a year ago, I decided I wanted to get into embroidery. I mean, this was something I was just fascinated with. And there's one of them right there. Yep, the Judge Webb. But I just loved it, and so I went ahead and jumped off the cliff, went into debt majorly, and still paid. But the wife agreed, it was the decision between my wife and I both. I didn't just make that decision on my own. She agreed, I wouldn't mind staying busy. I don't like just sitting around doing nothing. So if I can keep busy, doing a little bit. So we started getting bigger. We had a
Freaking green screen.
Yeah, we had this avenue of barbecue guys, and next thing I know, one after the other was coming on board wanting something embroidered. So here we are. I got 2 more today, hopefully. We'll find out shortly.
Well, you do nice work, Lance. You're dedicated to it. I backed Lance up when you got into the. It's probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I don't give a damn. I don't give a rat's ass. But when he got into the barbecue competition, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, you took Ken out, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you won that one, but my point is, okay, you come out of left field, okay, with the stuff you come up with. I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and that's what I liked about you. I mean, you didn't care about it. I mean, you're, hello, how you doing with everybody, but you still were diligent about how you did it. You know what I mean? How you went about it. That means a lot. It really does.
Yeah. No, I'm always thinking about stuff. I mean, I see Charlie in there. Charlie used to be a neighbor till he left the county. Cooked Secrets for Men. He used to live in the same county as I did. But yeah, I'm always thinking of something. You know, if I see something, it's like, wow, I wonder if that would taste like this way or that way. And I just, started doing it and just really enjoy it. I really get into it. And now that I'm retired, Stitch Art Embroidery is the name of the other YouTube channel. And Compton, Maryland, that's it. So I'm just pushing, I'm 64 years old. I do want to enjoy a little bit of retirement life. I'm getting back into some fishing. I'm actually entertaining the idea of changing the name of the channel to Sleeper's Adventures, and maybe introduce some fishing, some camping and fishing, riverside, some catch and cook.
Barbecue on the side on the lake. Yeah, I would. If, just a little word of advice. I would drop barbecue, Sleeper barbecue, and adventures. I would put on.
Yeah.
Catch and cook all the way, Lance.
Yeah.
Get that popper out there.
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, half the other, cause I'm just a person that I'm pretty gullible, I guess a lot of people will say, but we were on Smoking Joe's live one night, and someone said, because I was getting recognition for all the Popeyes that I was putting out, and they're not professional Popeyes, but they're my Popeyes, and I'm still learning. So, I mean, they're getting better. I see progress with them as I go along. But on one of the lives one night, someone said, well, you ought to start a channel with just Popeyes. I'm like, wow, why not think of that? So I transferred some Popeyes from the barbecue place to a new channel, and I got 6 copyrights because somebody called Sleeper Popeyes was taking Sleeper Barbecue's content. I said, well, I know who that guy is. So what I'm going to do, another Lance moment. So what I think I'm going to do, I even entertain the idea of either deleting that channel altogether or changing it to Sleeper's Adventures.
I would change it to keep your barbecue stuff. I had to get rid of the background. I couldn't stand it no more.
Okay.
Every time I turn around, my face would disappear.
So
I know some people would like to see that, but it ain't gonna happen right now.
now you talk about you like fishing. Now the crabs you did in the keg cooker, the beer keg cooker. Did you catch those?
Nope, sure did not. I did not, but I do. So I bought a little boat called a Pelican. It's
crab wrangler or something I heard.
I'm sorry?
Crab wrangler or something I heard the other night.
No, so there's a boat called a Pelican. And it's basically a pontoon, plastic pontoon that Bass Pro sells the same boat. But so I got my crab license though. So
you weren't chasing the crab down your driveway in your underwear?
Oh no, actually I was not in my drawers, but I was chasing crabs. Normally when you buy a basket of crabs or something, you want to have them refrigerated. If I buy them, because I've had to stop buying because they're so expensive, they've gone up to $250 a bushel around here. But I live in a waterfront community. I'm not on the water, but there's water on 3 sides of me. And usually if I wanted to get crabs, these guys have got like a walk-in ice box that I buy them from. And the crabs are just, they're just like in a basket. They're not stretching their legs. They're not pinching. They're just cold and I want to say dormant.
Yeah.
And you throw them in the pot and everything's fine. Well, this basket came out of the back of a pickup truck. And I knew as soon as we unloaded, I said, this is not going to be good. I've been here. I've done this before. As soon as I take off the lid, it's going to look like one of those cartoons where all these ants come out of this big old hill and over down the sides. And that's pretty much what happened. I was chasing crabs underneath, trying to get them before they went underneath the cars and everything else.
Runaway crabs.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good though, Lance, with what you did, and I agree with you. Rather than submerging them, I like to
I
steam
still
them
have to talk
myself.
to your wife about you and the skivvies running down the driveway, though.
Yeah.
No
Chasing a
skinny-
crab. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's something to be said there. In your skivvies chasing crabs. What is it now?
Mike, this is a family show.
Yeah. Lance is known as the crab wrangler,
Yeah.
but
Hey, Frugal Mama.
keto wise, I have a question for y'all. What's kind of
Okay.
like the best fish would you say to eat and say prepare?
Salmon.
I like see, my wife does not like fish. I mean, we'll have you see behind me. That's one of my creations there. But for regular fish, stay away from tilapia. Stay away from anything that's farm raised. You want
yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
Even some salmon that you gotta be careful with.
Yeah.
I like halibut, wild caught halibut, some flounder and stuff like that. But
Flounder's good.
if you can get into some oily fish like bluefish or something like that, if you cook it right, that's
Hey,
that's the
Nancy.
whole idea. But
If
I
you-
I eat a lot of shellfish. Mussels, clams, crab, lobster. If I can, especially out here in Vegas. I mean, it's like you need to put a mask on and go in with a gun to get get some of the stuff out. But they do have some good stuff. A lot of people don't like seafood. And I'm going to tell you something. I put up maybe 4 or 5 in a row videos on seafood, and I lost about 15 subscribers because they don't like seafood.
Yeah.
I'll take a steak
gotta
and
be
throw it on
careful.
a hot pan, on a hot skillet. Okay, I'll get 10,000 views.
Beef is king.
Well, hey guys, I got to jump off here and get kind of back to a game. But if you guys, Lance, if you can send me the YouTube link, whatever, and I'll join the chat that route. But I definitely appreciate you inviting me when they didn't know probably I was coming. And
No, it was a
yeah.
total. When Mike said there's some guy named backstage, and I said, "Oh, wonder who else they got in here." His name's Kyle, Alex. I said, "Oh no!" I knew exactly what I did at that point.
I'm a simple guy. I follow what's given to me, so that's all I know. I'm
Well,
simple.
all right. Now on your World Series of Poker, Kyle.
Well, hey, yeah, no, it's going to be a long
Good luck
run.
on that. Good luck
Yeah,
on
well,
that.
thank you. Thanks for
And-
having me. Nice meeting you guys, and hopefully see you guys soon.
So when are
Kyle,
they televising it this year?
I'm sorry?
When do they televise it this year, the tournament?
Oh, it'll be like 3 months after.
Okay.
Yeah.
It still
Okay.
runs through I think the last games I've got scheduled tournaments up through July 10th. I think the 15th is kind of the ending with the granddaddy. So,
Oh, okay.
so
Okay.
long run, like always. But yeah.
Hey, if you need bail money, give me a call.
Now, if I need bail money, just let me sit. I'm probably better there than anywhere else.
Yeah,
So, all right, guys. Good luck. Hey, Lance, congrats, man.
Sure. Yes, sir.
All right,
Kyle,
guys.
thank you very
Y'all be
much.
good. All right.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
I seen him in some other chats and stuff, but I didn't really.
Yeah, I've seen his name around, but he's like really getting involved. He's donating a lot of stuff. Anthony from Fire Cups, if you haven't seen his new chimney that he's got coming out, he's doing a pre-purchase right now on his chimneys, where Tyler Ward, Kyle Alexander are actually buying these and giving them away as gifts. I mean, they're pretty expensive gifts, and I think there's either is or was going to be another one. So, Daddy Dutch, if you haven't really listened to Daddy Dutch here in the past several days, less than a week, there was a real tragic thing that happened in their state of Iowa about the 2-year-old child.
Yeah.
I won't get into that here because that's not what you're about. But so anyhow, I think there's a donation for that. There's more stuff to come to benefit that family, and hopefully we'll be able to help them. And Kyle is definitely on the way up.
And that's another thing. That's another thing that I wanted to jump in on a little bit was with what's going on with devil dog and stuff like that. Okay, We turned around. Matter of fact, yesterday, me and Marie, we got a bunch of stickers we ordered and everything else like that. But this is a great community that's going to help people out one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, it really is. You get to know people, even though we haven't met face to
Right.
face or shook anybody's hands or anything like that. There's that
Right.
camaraderie. You know what I mean? Just
Yep.
I,
Yep.
I cook keto, but which means, and Mike does, okay, which means no carbs, no sugars, okay, but everything else goes the same. I told one guy really gave me a rash of crap about it. Who you think you are pushing this stuff? Nobody wants to hear that crap. Blah blah blah. It's okay, fine. I said, I get that. I understand that. But here's the thing: if you were starving, okay, and I was in the next campsite over from you, and I was making my keto food, okay, all right, I'm pretty damn sure you would eat it and feel pretty good after you got done with it. You ready?
Mhm.
Anyway,
Right.
I don't want to go there.
No.
So anyway, yeah, it's a
No.
great community, and that's where we all mingle in together with one another.
Yeah, there's a lot of great camaraderie here within the cooking channels, and I won't just say just the cooking channels. I think the fishing channels are sort of coming around a little bit more and into the barbecue stuff. Some of the homesteaders are coming in to some of the barbecue chats and the lives and all that. But and I will say, I'll be the first one to say that
Uncle,
I'm sorry.
Uncle Steve just came through. I didn't open it yet, but Uncle Steve.
Okay. So we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, because we usually, we're good people, and but you're going to hear a cuss word every once in a while. You might see us enjoying a beer every once in a while, but don't take it from our character. We're great people, and
Hey, Marie, how about some Chianti?
we stick together. We help each other.
Yeah.
Shortly after I started in barbecue, we started that thing called Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And the Goodfellas, the whole purpose of Goodfellas was that we, the young channels, felt like we weren't being recognized. I'm not saying we could cook as good as your Russ Jones or your Smoking Joe's or your CJ Mom and Papa Joe's or Alton Dogfather. I'm not saying we could cook as good as them, but we could surely cook beside them. And it felt like we weren't being recognized, so we started Goodfellas to help promote the smaller channels such as ourselves. And
see, that's where I go off the rails a little bit with it, because here's the thing: they started somewhere.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
All right.
And they got lucky. Some of them got lucky. Some did well. Whatever. Okay.
Right.
But the bottom line is, not pissing on anybody's shoes, but the bottom line is, that's why we do what we're doing right now. Okay. Mike struggled, okay, like you did, to get subscribers. Okay. Two of the nicest guys I ever met in the world, okay, struggled to get subscribers. Okay. And I said, me and Mike started out together. I mean, Keto, he liked me. I went back. I said, this is the only guy that likes any of my stuff. You know what I mean? So we became friends, and it became good friends. So like now, Mike is. We finally got Mike over 1,000. Okay.
Yep.
Working on the watch hours.
Yeah. Now I'm tired of hearing him crying about the freaking watch hours. Jesus, I'll play your shit. Leave it. Stop it. But the bottom line is that's what we do. Okay. That's how I got mine.
He's doing this. He's doing this. He's doing this.
Because all of you guys helped me get my stuff, and I'm not going to let nobody slip by the wayside. I'm not doing it.
You can't forget. You can't forget about the other person. And as far as I'm concerned, it says a lot about someone's character when they look back. And are pulling someone along right behind them just to keep them up there with you, doing whatever you can, and that's what I believe in. But Mike, with that new rules with the monetization thing, are you going to fall underneath that?
I'm still under it on the amount of watch hours, but they don't. It's not. That doesn't get you open to ad revenue.
Oh, I
Don't
see.
get you the AdSense at all.
Yeah, it won't get that at all.
Yeah.
It's you can put merchandise on your channel, you can do the memberships, you can do all that stuff, but you
Uh,
pretty much everything short
Yeah.
of the
He can
ad
get
revenue.
he can get
so
the smart.
s-
Randy,
you could-
Meg's not at the computer right now. She went and got me a grape juice.
they're going to allow you to have the benefits that they take a percentage of,
Right.
but anything else that you make money off solely that they don't get part of, you'll have to wait for that one.
Yeah.
And see that's
I
what I
know.
was trying.
That's
That's
it.
what I was trying to explain to you, Lance, and everybody else. This is a business. You know what I mean?
Yes, buddy.
They don't. We're the pawns. That there's not that many people on YouTube that have over 1 million subscribers. They're just not. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, maybe 1,000 or more. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's more small people than there is larger channels that
Sure.
that get the big bucks, and that's a smart way of doing things. But in the same token, okay, just what we're doing, even with collaborations and stuff like that. So we got to work smart together. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the dude he cracked me up. I mean, he really the burger collab or with Patty Joe beer and stuff. I mean, it was hysterical.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
that twisted burger, and then
And
slack and cheese.
Yeah, then you don't let your meatloaf. You
Meatloaf.
guys,
Don't let your meatloaf.
Yeah. I loved every minute of doing those videos.
Yeah.
Not every second of it.
So it's
You know,
just not.
now-
It's just not about cooking. The keto guys or this guy. This kind of. I cooked for years in a restaurant. Okay, I mean, it's not about that. It's about I watch you and I get an idea. Son of a bitch, right? Lance just did something, and you mentioned something about fried onions. Holy crap! I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, Marcel from Little Fish in the Kitchen. She made these these things out of cauliflower. Okay,
Basically,
And that's
it's bread. It's just bread.
yeah, it was
Basically,
great. So between you two, bang, I had a video.
Yeah.
But the idea was I recognized you guys. I mean, that's that was the difference right there.
I steal all you guys' ideas all
Okay.
the time. Right?
now let me tell y'all what my better half is in the chat.
All right.
This is a big moment because she does not do chats or comments.
Heck,
And thank you, my dear. I love you dearly.
Hey,
That's
Paige.
awesome. Paige is the taste tester. Okay.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if she don't like it, she's gonna let you know.
And that's
She's gonna let you know.
and that's what I'm with right here. I mean, especially if I'm doing Italian food, Lance. I got
Yeah.
the Sicilian looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, I know. The biggest kick I got out of, I mean, I enjoy y'all's videos, but what's up, Terry? Tom is the one where you kept seeing Mrs. G. She would be back, like looking around the corner, or something like that. That's my all-time favorite video of y'all's. But Mike's most recent one is when he tried to get be nonchalant about he was going to go buy a smoker, and Paige just she stopped that real quick. You may have thought you were slick by sliding in that way, but it didn't work.
And like watching, I watch just about everybody's when I can, catch up the whole bit. I was down 2 weeks with COVID, and just I couldn't do anything. All right, put the TV on. I had no interest on it. Didn't want to watch anything. And I'm saying, you know what? Not fair because I have people watching my stuff. I try to bank videos the whole bit, and I watch your guys' lives and stuff. A lot of times I won't comment on it because usually with my phone I have it on the TV, and usually with my phone either I'm going to write something. I wrote something on somebody's thing and they went bloop, push me right out.
Right.
But the point is that I'm up to speed with it, like you with the crabs. That to me, that's the way I do crabs, the way you did it, okay?
Yeah.
And the way you explained it to everything like that. That's what I like. I mean, that's even George, even 805, okay? I get a lot of good ideas from him, Drunken Chef.
Yeah.
See, and it's catchy, Lance. It's just not you with the poblanos, okay? because Friday I'm going to this La Bonita over here by me, and it looks like they have a dump truck come in and drop peppers and avocados and stuff in this place. And that's what I'm getting, because for the next week or two, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making my red sauce again. But it's from them guys.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have learned about poblanos if it wasn't for the other channels. But I tell you what, I'm absolutely addicted to poblanos.
See, I like poblanos, but my wife will not do if it. Hey, Hormel chili in a can is too spicy for her.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's, and I'm not exaggerating. Now, Lance he brought up 805. That battle y'all had in the barbecue YouTube barbecue masters. What I forget the exact title of it. That one where you and he went up against each other. That right there was a classic. I'm telling you, the two of y'all, what y'all put out was tremendous, and I'm like, wow, I don't know how anybody can compete with those two. Oh, he got the Uncle Steve's. What's it say on there?
That's All American SPG.
Okay.
This is keto. He said keto friendly, which it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the only problem I have, Steve, is that it don't say nothing here about Tom Garvey, the keto cook, on it anywhere.
Yeah. That's new one. No, that was a great cook, Mike. I really enjoyed that one. We knew, because there was three of us. The Goodfellas at one point was 3 of the top 4. And we knew someone, obviously, we're just wishing and hoping and wishing that we were 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
We would made it into the last 3 rounds, but it didn't work out that way. I actually end up getting bumped out in the 4th. I didn't make it to the top 4, I think it was. I got bumped out, and George, he's the one that bumped me out, and he ended up winning the whole thing.
He did.
That was a great cook, and like Tom was saying earlier, I knew I had to bring something out. You couldn't just be run of the mill. Dutch and I, to be fair, Dutch and I actually we shared some intel. Like I'm not just making one wing; I'm making 4 or 5 different flavors. So I'm like, okay, well. That's what I'm going to do, just to try and be fair. Again, you're all out in this thing, and
now Daddy Dutch comes across like a big tough dude, the whole bit. Okay.
Yeah.
The day I got my 1,000 subscribers, that next morning he was a phone call. Congratulations, good job, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, getting back to how people are and nice, with everything. I mean, it's fantastic. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, I know you didn't make it to the finals and all, and George ended up walking away with it on the finals. As far as I'm concerned, when in the final one, it was no contest with him. The closest one that I saw, I watched every single one of the matchups. The one that I thought was the hardest to call was you and George.
That dessert one. I thought that was some pretty good stuff. I mean, how many places have you been that you could find a fresh blueberry strawberry pound cake sausage link, topped with a strawberry Bacardi sauce with lemon zest? I mean, come on.
Only Lance. The only place I could find that is if I had to hit a THC or something. You know what I mean?
I was like, come on, this didn't win, and smoked the boot. And then the fried. Okay, so if this don't do it, then we're going to bring a fried ice cream banana split out, and that was daggone near a failure because my freezer wouldn't freeze the ice cream hard enough before I dropped it in the deep fryer, but. It worked. It just had to be a real quick picture.
See now you're testing my memory now, okay?
Yeah.
And what? Oh, I know what it was. The chicken skin, you didn't put out.
Yes, that was round 1. That's what Dutch and I, right? We made we made all the chicken wings, and I took some of the ones and I peeled the skin off of them, and I was going to fry them to make chicharrones
Right.
as a
Oh,
topping.
that would have been good.
And I just couldn't get the chicharrones to cooperate. So I was looking at presentation, and I didn't see presentation there, and I cut them out of the menu. I ate them, but I cut them out of the menu. But
That kind of stuff, Lance, to show that you're human, you got to put that stuff out.
yeah,
Okay. I had somebody tell me, huh, I can't stand you watching you eat something on a video. Okay. So I didn't do it. We just made the cook the whole bit, plated it, put it up, and then I must have got 10 or 15. Well, it must have tasted like crap because you didn't taste it. Well,
yeah,
don't listen to nobody. Let's do yourself. Do what you got to, what you got to do, putting it out. You know what I mean? That was the one lesson I learned from all this stuff here. And nobody has it cornered. That's for sure.
yeah,
Nobody has it cornered. So whatever you come up with, okay. Freaking professor over here, all right. He'll,
I-
you know what I told him to do? Would it be a great thing for his channel? Okay, get a freaking lab coat. Okay, get a lab coat and do the opening like this. Have like the icon up. What he's thinking about. Because I mean, he posted. Lance, me and Maria sitting there. I don't want to take nothing away from you, okay? But I got to tell you this real quick. Me and Maria on the big TV, we're sitting there, we're watching Wow Man making chaffles, okay? When I first heard about chaffles, I was like, better try these the whole bit. Well, Dr. X over here, he makes a chaffle and puts caraway seed in it. And he said, I'm going to make this taste like rye bread. I looked at Maria. Maria says, I'll be right back. Maria went in the kitchen, started to make it. And sure than hell, it tasted just like rye bread. So after I got up, like my, oh, great, the whole bit, boom, I went to the store and got a corned beef.
yeah.
So we had corned beef on rye. And there he is, 805, my man.
Hey, Ian, what is up?
There's one that stole my glory. Couldn't let me win. Couldn't let me win. Nope, he just had to steal my glory.
So yeah. Yeah, that was too funny. But there again, I mean, George is that one with the chickens on the conker the whole bit, okay?
Yeah.
And you see it falling off, and he was, oh man, what are we gonna do? No. The chef came in and took over. Okay, his instincts came in and finished it up. So yeah, it's all good stuff. I mean, it's
right. George is definitely the cool, calm one, and we've talked about this. This was over a year ago, about hiding stuff and not hiding stuff, but cutting out stuff. And then I think George was the first one that came out the box and said, "I'm putting out a bloopers video." And I said, "Really?"
See, I can't do mine.
Sounds good. That sounds good, and sure enough, he came out with that bloopers video. So, I agree with you, Tom, but I get gig every once in a while in presentation recently, not all that long ago, but so I guess it sort of kind of sticks in the back of my head to try and make it look good, because how many times have you heard you eat with your eyes first?
Oh yeah, that's one of
So,
my phrases right there.
See, I say I have something different. I say you eat with your nose first.
yeah.
You're gonna smell it long before you ever see it.
Well, see, Mike, that depends. Maybe the waitress might have gas, so
Well, hey,
that might be a
if it
different.
smells good,
Yeah.
we might have Rosie the waitress.
What's the future for you, Lance? I mean, as far as anybody out there, please check out Sleeper BBQ and also Stitch Art Embroidering. Great guy. If you're not friends with him, please
check it out.
go to his channels and check him out. But
Yeah,
what's
George,
the future for you, bud?
Thanks, George.
Like I said, I still want to cook. But at 64 years old, I'd be lying if I said, I don't think about the bucket list. You know, am I going to
Mhm.
travel around the world? No, I mean that's not realistic. But I used to love going fishing. I still love going fishing. One of my favorite things was to get out and go camping 3 times a month. I got away from all that. You at one point in your life you sort of kind of um, you got to remember that you're a husband and a father.
Mhm.
So there's some things that you just sort of kind of slow down on, or you put on the back burner.
Yep.
Well, Daddy's retired now, and
Yeah.
Daddy's going to do a little bit of fishing and a little bit more camping, and I'm not going to do away with the cooking. I really enjoy the cooking. Um, I hope to be able to go to Houston next February. I
It's a
got
big one for me.
we got a lot of our brothers, cooking brothers here in the channel. Randy, RXTX Barbecue, George. I don't know if Troy's going to make it there. Simon, I'm not sure if he's going to be there, but I think Tom, you had talked about being there, but I'm hoping to be able to meet some of you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
Quentin Nelson is another one. Um, I mean, and it sounds stupid, but this is just me, my personality. When I like somebody, and I know like you're really getting along, and it's like without even meeting them, I've already made a decision that um, I could be really good friends with Tom, the keto cook guy, and I take it to a level to where if Tom's hurting, I'm hurting. So if Randy's hurting, I'm hurting. If Quint's hurting, I'm hurting. George, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm hoping that I can, finally put a big bear hug on a bunch of people come February, and that would be one more thing on my bucket list that I don't have to worry about doing anymore.
Lance, you got to be careful with a bucket list. Listen to me now. Okay.
Okay.
I said, boy, I want to be back up on stage playing again. Bam, that happened. I said to my
Yeah.
daughter, I says, I never mentioned anything to you about skydiving, did I? Because there ain't no way I'm going to go skydiving. I mean, it happens. I mean, the things just, you know, I don't
Yeah.
plan. I don't make big plans for anything. Okay. When,
Yeah.
the end of January, if it gets close to that Houston thing, if I'm going to go, that's how I have to do things. Spur of the
Right.
moment. The
Right.
more pressure you put on yourself about looking for stuff.
Yeah.
I would just rather. I would like to meet everybody. Real quick, Randy. Okay, Randy, Troy, and Simon were real good supporters of mine, and I've never seen their faces. Okay, always liked, always was always there with everything I put up. From I mean, even from 20 views on stuff. Okay, I feel like I'm real good friends with them.
Right.
Okay, Randy, when he did, I looked at one of his cooks and I'm saying, I had one of them Smokies when I lived in
Yeah.
Houston. I mean, that brought back so many memories. And now, he did the collab with Simon. Simon got one, everything like that. That's great stuff. That's what generates a little bit more and everything. I've
I,
in my entire life have never cooked on a pellet grill. Never did.
yeah.
But watching people do it, I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Have you seen that little Santa Maria that Randy made with the motorcycle chain and a
Yeah.
ratchet, part of a
Yeah.
ratchet?
I shared it out because that's the kind of stuff I like. When
Blows
you
me away.
when you make
Blows me
that when you make stuff like that and it works. Okay. Marie calls me McGarvey instead of MacGyver. I mean, I'll come up with stuff if I need to make something or whatever. Hey, I'm right there. I am right there. Yeah, it's all good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, just for the record, you talking about you're not going to do skydiving? I'm not going to do it again.
That's all right.
I've done it. I've done it. I'm not
I'm,
doing it again.
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, that's probably one that I won't try though. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like Tom. There's too many ifs with that one that just changed my mind. I wouldn't want to even think about doing it. But
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna. In fact, I'm gonna look into it a little bit more. George is not that far from me. I mean, maybe 5-6 hours ride or whatever, or a little bit more. I'm going to make it my way to go see him, meet up somewhere, whatever. You know what I mean? That's the stuff's in the back of my mind. I have people that I went to school with all my life. They don't even know my name anymore. You know what I mean? But this crowd here it's like phenomenal. It really is.
Yep. I just
You
hope
know,
it keeps going that way. I mean, that's way. It just it's
talking about George. When he put that pig on there, Conker, I'm like, oh, there is no way that thing's standing up. There is no way it's going to stand up. I said, it's going to end up in the fire. By golly, it stood up the whole time. And I'm like, son of a gun, how did he get it to do that? I would have thought for sure it would have been in the flame.
Too funny, too funny. But that's what it is. I always say, play with your food. I mean, there's no anybody that tells you a set recipe. You know what I mean? Or it's got to be done that way. It's got bullshit. It really is.
Yeah. Nope.
It really is.
Make it yours. Make it yours.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it Charlie says? Cooking secrets for men. I eat, therefore I cook.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. He just did one today about from his trip from Italy.
Oh,
And,
cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that then.
Yeah. They're all great people, really are. So, Lance, what's your favorite thing to cook? What's your favorite thing to eat?
I'd have to say pork ribs. I love, since I was introduced to a drum smoker, hanging ribs in a drum smoker is just a huge different flavor profile than what I was used to. And cooked properly, I love some pork ribs. Absolutely love them.
Pig sickles. That's what I call them. Yes, sir. Meat on a stick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming with its own stick. I love it.
What
Built-in handle.
Why do you think seafood don't go good on YouTube?
You know, I don't know. And I got to tell you, I sort of kind of went against the grain. Tommy from Backyard Gallery, he kept saying a number of times, this is over a year ago, about how if he doesn't cook steaks only, if he cooks seafood, well, his seafood doesn't get recognized. And I have an attitude about that. You know, I don't want to be boxed into just cooking steaks because, you know, I can cook seafood.
Yeah.
You know, I can fry a hot dog. You know, and I don't want to be put in a box and say that I can't do that. Well, it's a cooking channel. It may say barbecue, but don't mean I can't fry or cook up a steak or, you know, or steam some seafood. I shouldn't.
You know, I believe if you can cook on any apparatus.
Yeah.
You may have to have a little practice with it, but you can pull it off.
What's up, John?
Hey, Johnny Small Pepper. How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you,
in a while. Thanks for coming in.
It's been a while.
I am halting my shorts.
Really?
I'm not making any more shorts. No.
Really?
No, because of there's a couple things, but they're not getting pushed out like they used to.
Yeah.
And that for a while there. That's the only way I was getting any kind of subscribers was through the shorts. Okay. Now I'll put up a short and I'll get 20, 21 views.
Yeah.
I take it down.
I've noticed that.
I take it down. So I'm just going to do long form stuff and play it by ear like that. I'm only going to do 2 days a week because for a while there I was killing myself.
Yeah.
You know, was making it. This was like the job, the whole bit. And no, I enjoy cooking. I did it for a living. Now I did it for money back in the day. Now the challenge is making the stuff I used to make, but healthier for me. And I don't push keto. Mike don't push keto. This is what we eat and how we eat it and how it helps.
Right.
You know,
right.
That's basically where I'm at with it right now. So, I mean, I'm actually tomorrow, I am 2 years to the day that I started keto.
That's all right.
June 15th. Yep. And August, it'll be 2 years that I'm on YouTube. So I did quite well. Yeah. I'm gonna go stick up a 7-Eleven and get a little Debbie's and chocolate milk.
Oh, that little devil,
Yeah.
that little bitty devil, Debbie.
But we're to the point now where, matter of fact, in a casino, what do you think I won one night? Me and Marie both won. Okay, 2 slices of cheesecake. I said to girl, "Are you freaking kidding me? That'll blow me right up." But yeah, I mean, 2 years into it, I can dabble back and forth what we can't have and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
And you know, sort of my health scares. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, that's
you
okay.
know about my health scares a little bit. And I've been, you
Hey,
know,
Mark.
sort of kind of adopting a little bit of it. I haven't by no means gone full blown keto, and it's not. And I'm not saying that to make it sound like a bad thing. It's just that,
Hey, Mark.
you know, I need to be a little bit more sensible, and I'm cutting out the carbs. I'm cutting out, you know, trying to cut out sugars.
Yeah.
As I sit here and have a chocolate cookie for dessert.
Yeah, but see, Lance, that's the stigma, okay, and you get it, okay. It's not a diet, you know what I
Right.
mean? You
Right.
can't have that. So it's not that you can't have it. You can just cut back
Right.
on it.
You just don't need it every night like I was. You know, when I quit smoking, what did I say? I was eating 6 pounds of Cheez-Its and pretzel sticks a week. I mean, that's an accurate number. If I had the packages here, it will tell you round the box. And I know how many boxes that my wife was picking at the local wholesaler. And I was eating 6 pounds of Cheez-Its and pretzel sticks to compensate for that cigarette.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
blew me up.
I'm 16 years not smoking, and a week or two ago, I got in a car and I went like this, looking for my cigarettes.
Yeah.
Don't go
Well,
away.
guess what? You were playing in a casino full of cigarette smoke, so that might have got you craving it.
I'm setting up. Last week I was setting up, okay, and this old guy came in and he had a friggin' cigar sticking out of his mouth that friggin' long. I told him, "Hey, take your rope on the other side." Screw you! But that's life. I mean, that's the way it goes. Right? But I mean, everybody gets the idea that you can't have this, you can't have that, and you know what? I'm going to reach out to Russ Jones and find out how he did with his seafood boils and stuff like that, as far as people viewing it.
Yeah, those are his. Well, he actually has a cook today. That guy he just did that jambalaya cook with. I'm not going to remember the gentleman's name. He used to have a frog bone rubs, barbecue rubs, and he sold that company. He comes to Mississippi and hooks up with Russ every once in a while, and they just did that jambalaya cook with him. I can't remember his name right now, but that's part of the old age kicking in.
Yeah,
super guy, but his stuff works good. But you talk about that boil. I am going to do one of his boils.
Mm-hmm.
He did one a while back, and he went all out on this thing with lemons, orange, different types of seasonings, and he was just introducing so many different flavor profiles to his boil that you can't help. If you like food, as we all do, you can't help but want to at least try it because, he says, he's steamed seafood. They're mostly boil their stuff. But I knew I was waiting for Charlie. He's already left a comment earlier on the crab.
Don't you dare.
But I gotta try it. I want to see if that flavor, those oranges juice and the lime juice or lemon juice and all that, is it getting in that meat? Am I going to taste it because it's boiled and all that stuff? But
yeah, you see, in the restaurant, like I said, we used to go through 200 pounds a night of lobster. We did lobster, shrimp. I mean, the whole everything, and we steamed everything. Everything was steamed. Okay, so whatever seasonings we did put on it, you would get it. But steaming it, it wouldn't matter what you put in there. If you do boil it, you will get that flavor in there. But it just I like to. There again, when people do a brisket or pork butt and they put that heavy seasoning on it, I don't see it. That's not my cup of tea. I don't like that.
Right.
I want a little bit on there, but I want to be able to taste the meat, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But that's just me. So
But even when I do steam, I don't run that fire up to the last minute and cut everything off. I'll run that fire up to I'll save like 5 minutes, maybe even a little bit more, depending on what the temperatures are. And then I'll just shut everything off and I'll keep that lid on there, just so that the steam is actually permeating,
yeah,
that meat inside that crab. I think I steam a pretty good crab, but love it.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah. It's just odd that I don't see a lot of people putting seafood up. You know what I mean? In that way, with shrimp or lobster or stuff like that. I mean,
I can do it.
if you do, you see mukbang and crap like that. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants to see me mukbang.
Yeah. I'm
So-
gonna do it. If you have the talent or the desire or the abilities, do it.
Yeah.
I will be doing more seafood.
Yeah.
So, what do you prefer, soft shell or hard shell?
I prefer hard shell, but if I can get a soft shell crab sandwich every once in a while, I'm all about it. Love them. Love them.
Oh, we would have to do it on truffles, Mike.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could even that. Oh wow, even that cheese shell that would be great.
Yep.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Take the choffle, put it down, and put a soft shell crab on it, and then do a crab eggs Benedict.
I did shrimp, crab, clams, and mussels in a chocolate separately. Okay, put it through the processor, put them in there like that, and then I made different sauces for it. That's when I was doing happy hour. Okay.
But the chaffles are different from the melted cheese shell thing, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
I was looking at,
it still
cheese
tastes
wrapped
really
around
good.
I was just visualizing that melted cheese wrapped around that soft shell crab. Boy, that's got to be flavors right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My
It's
mouth is catching
screaming.
water right now. That
It'd
would
be screaming at you.
be flavors right there.
Too funny. Well, anyway, Mike, where we at? A little over an hour.
Yeah. And my wife just poked her head in and said, "I'm hungry."
Yeah.
So
on Wednesday, La Boss cooks.
yeah,
Okay.
I know that I cook. I'm the chief cook and bottle washer here.
Well, on
No, she
Wednesdays,
does
I
do
got
the dishes. She does do the dishes.
so much stuff I got to get through and doing this and doing that. And next thing you know, Ray says, "Come on and eat." Okay. but okay. Most of the other days, it's like a Mexican standoff. Are you going to cook? What, am I making a video? Well, you always cook.
Well, I want to get Paige on video. She makes a salmon, smoked salmon, scrambled eggs that is with smoked salmon, cheese, scrambled eggs, and it is out of this world delicious.
I'd like to
And
see that one.
I want to get her cooking it. I want to get her on video cooking it.
More.
And I'm
Do you all know
thinking,
more cracks?
Yes, Mark's good. I love his
Yeah,
channel.
Mark's coming out here. We're gonna hook up and
And Mark knows his way around cooking.
yeah, he does. He knows slouch.
Yes,
No
sir.
slouch. Yeah, great
Later,
guy.
dude.
Another great guy. Dude, take care, brother. Nice talking to you.
All right, Mike.
So,
That,
Lance, I appreciate you coming on, but we got to call it because I got to go cook for my wife when the boss calls. I get the last word in my house, and it's yes, dear. And
Yep. It's worked so far.
Yep.
So far.
That's right. That's
We
right.
had our 40-year anniversary was May 25th.
37 this year for us.
May
so-
25th.
Yeah.
Almost give me a heart palpitation. That's my anniversary of my first wife. May
All right.
25th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Holy
that's believe it or not, May 25th is the anniversary of our first date, and we were our first date was a Memorial Day weekend, and May 25th was that first date. So
Yep, February 13th. We got married on a Friday the 13th. Okay, and it's been a great 127 years. I mean, you can't get no better than that. You know.
Nope, got lucky, met the right woman. We both came from divorced families. We met
Hey.
young. We met young, and we both had went through divorces with our parents, and we actually dated for 5 years before saying, "Hey, we can make this work," and got married 40 years ago, back May. So
me and Marie went to high school together. Okay, we were at a CYO dance. Okay, and I said we danced, and I said, "Can I get your phone number?" She said, "No." Flat out, no. I said, "Okay, I'll talk to you." And then in the restaurant, she came and she became a waitress. Her girlfriend brought her up that we went to school. Her girlfriend brought her up. She was a waitress at our restaurant. Hey, hi, how you doing? So she waitress before, so my sister-in-law gave her a table of 8. So she goes in the walk-in, fixes up 8 salads. I'm walking out and tripped. And 8 salads went across the kitchen floor. My brother says, who is that? I said, probably my next wife.
Okay, I got to be
Yeah.
honest. Paige didn't tell me I had to get off to cook, but I do need to go cook because we haven't had anything to eat yet. But
I
she
ate.
didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. I got to be honest. But
No.
it is something I got to do, though.
All right, man. Well, Lance, thank you. Appreciate everybody in the chat.
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Man, this has been a pleasure. This has
Yeah.
been a pleasure. I do. I watch you and George when y'all go live. I watch them. I don't always comment because I'm most of the time I'm laying in the bed going to sleep and just watching it going to sleep. So but I love watching it. Y'all are great.
Yep.
I love the way y'all get talk back and forth with each. Y'all have a really good rapport with each other.
Yep. That's just enjoying each other. It's
Friends.
bottom
I mean,
line.
that's how it goes. It really is. I mean, just everybody's great. So, all right, guys. Mike, kill this thing. See you next time.
Bye bye, everybody.
All right. We'll see you.